as I come out with a drone, it starts drizzling. But yeah, 446 network night, so I thought I'd bring out the Quanchang. Anyway, hello mate, yeah, I'm all good, thank you. Just come out with a drone. I've still got the camps out now. Bit early, 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock I think it starts. But we'll try this one out tonight. Anyway, I was hoping to get I've been doing quite a bit of flying my drone around. I just got it all charged and ready. And the actual temperature's going up. It's really strange weather. At the minute, I don't know if it's got any rain or not. Let's have a look. Yeah, look. Can't go up in that. People think I'm old Bill. I doubt it. At least not people that fucking know me. Right. Don't know what the plan is. What's the plan? I think we'll have a little walk up and down, I think. See what's going on in the village there. Can't go up in that. It's not supposed to last though. Maybe I should start fining people. On the spot fine. Could be a good little money maker. Anyway. Got the Quanchang out. The UVK5. My controller's actually working really well. I've been really going some distances. You want to sell it? That's what you want to do. Just misty kind of rain. Hello there. I'm all good, cheers. Just out with the radio. Well, I'm out with a drone, but the temperature's going to get 13. It's going to get up to 13, and tomorrow it's going to be 14 at like 3 in the morning. It's going to be strange. Anyway, we're on here, but there's nobody there yet. There we're at some point. The police, nah. Used to be able to years ago. Just going to check out the river depth because so I got an app that tells me how deep the local river is. And apparently it's pretty shallow. Indeed, the Conchang UVK5 in all their glory. Once started it all off. This was the first kind of radio that came out that you could mod. And then they all just went mad from there on. Yeah. Got me an extra big antenna on. But the network doesn't start until about 8 o'clock. They're normally on now, about 7:30, something like that. Only illegal if you get caught. Anyway, the college kids are all out, pissed I think, on the bench there. A little walk up. Still quite a bit of traffic. Who's going to be on the radio? It's the South Coast network tonight. Not that I'm on the South Coast, but I can pick them all up. Yeah, they are good little radios. Right, here's the river. How much? Put the radio down. It's a little bit deeper, I mean shallower, where the actual measuring station is. Anyway, we'll have a little wander up here. Kill a bit of time for 10 minutes and then we'll walk back up the other side. Hopefully someone will be on this network soon. There's normally people in there earlier. Want to get the drone up, but not in that. But I think we're going to be able to get it up tonight anyway, the drone, at some point. I really went mad this morning, about 6 this morning. I went out with the drone and just really throttled it. Went up high and just opened it up. And the controller stayed connected throughout everything. Getting a bit more confident with it now, to the point I can just zoom off. What's this, rush hour? Busy hour, isn't it? Over college. But we can walk right up there because there's a public right of way that goes all the way up there. For mine, I think mine does 6. Yours will probably do 6. Mine does 6. Well, 10k is 6.4 miles or something like that. Yeah. And again, getting out to like 10k, you wouldn't really have your drone. Well, you could have your drone in vision of sight. What I did this morning was went to a place in the village and I sort of flew up. I'm in a valley here, so whatever way I go, I'm going uphill. So I went to a certain area and I flew uphill, which is all right. You just got to get nice and high. I was up at about 100 metres, 110 metres, something like that. Yeah. Fucking hell. Anyway, am I on the right channel? We're on the right channel? Let's have a look. Yeah, 446 and 168. Oh. It's coming down a bit heavier now, which is a bit of a bummer. It really ain't supposed to rain, man. Not on my app, anyway. I've got to get a new weather app, man. Because whoever updates it fucking on mine is just a bullshitter. Can't go up in that. One way to fuck your drone, excuse me English, one way to fuck your drone up. Get up there and that. Then again, I've heard that the minis can handle the snow, but not that I would take it, well, I wouldn't take mine out actually in a blizzard, but yeah, that's a good place to fly, like right over there. That'd be a good spot. It's getting even heavier, look. I'm expecting this. Saying that, it's getting warmer, it's balmy weather. And apparently it's going to be, well, like I said, tomorrow night it's going to be 14 at about 2 in the morning. You've had it up in the rain, did it go all right? I've heard that they do, I've heard some people flying around, but I wouldn't. Depends what sort of rain it was. You can get waterproof ones though. You know. Underneath. So that's warm, very strange. Very strange weather. We're on that radio, yeah. Very bright torch. I'll get under some shelter, man. This is coming down quite bad. What is it, sleet? Not too sure what it is. Could be sleet, you know. I think it's sleet. It's really warm rain. Oh, it is the other side of that river we just looked at. The River Bourne. She flows down there, and that's where the station is. That basically tells me what height the water's at. Indeed, hang on. Let me. Get over here. Mud everywhere, man. have a go on here. I think the lens is getting wet. Lady could stay there too long. Nearly got run over. In fact, I did get run over when I was about 8 up there. Many moons ago. There should be someone on here in a little while. About half hour it starts, I think. Should pick him up with that on, that aerial. Normally using one of my rad tails, but this normally brings them in as well. I haven't got a stock antenna on, I've got a oversized antenna, which basically pulls in the signals a little bit better and also helps me get out a little bit better. Is that rain stopping, or is it just because I've come down here? I think we've got a break in the weather. Possibly. No. See nothing there. That's not good, is it? Not even forecast. saying that it's slowing down a little bit. It's all that banging over there. Oh. The wheelie bit. Boom. Road's still closed. Right up there. Should have had another cup of tea, I think, before I came out. It's a nice bike. Kawasaki. Someone was posting on Facebook about opening that up, or inquiring about it. Doesn't really make enough money though to be open. Yeah, I might go home and have another cup of tea, I reckon. Where am I? Just walking about my village, which is in West Kent, which is in England, the southeast of England. So much litter around this village. And we've heard today, or I read today, all this development's going on. They're on about trying to build a whole new bit up there with hundreds of houses next to Hadlow Park. But that's where I used to do my paper round when I was a kid, and they're all complaining out there about that. Might be a good time to exit the village, I think, at some point. Tell you what, we'll have a quick look at the overflow up on the where the water goes in. See if it's still rushing off the fields. Hello mate, how you doing? Out to everyone out there in the chat room and everybody out there tonight. And it's still raining, but we'll have a quick look up here. Yeah, our little countryside village is going through some mass development that nobody really wants. Yeah. They certainly won't be for the likes of me or any of my friends, because we're at the bottom of the ladder, man. Probably be middle class posh people. All they do is just force out the locals. That's all it is. I've seen it happen in London. All my proper London pals, they all been forced out, man. because of the prices, and then all the Chinese and the Russians come in and buy it all. That's what goes on. Right, up here we've got current up here a bit. Yeah, I used to do my paper around it up here when I was a kid. Saying that my old man did it quite a bit as well when I didn't get up. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Show you over the road. What you got here is all the water that flows off of our village. It flows into here. And it's probably gushing out up here. There's some big fish in there. There's some big carp in there. Anyway, surprised I ain't heard no one on that radio yet. Here's the development. I'll show you what I'm on about. They've got a big banner up there. What you got here, look. Our green fields are under attack. And what you got is my little village there, look. And they're trying to build 120 there, 101 there, 85 there, 65 there, more there, and swans, yeah, there is still now. And ducks and that, yeah, they're still in there. They'll be right over there, right out of the way. Yeah, I can hear the water already. There it is. What they need to do, see, the last person to get in there in a boat was my dad and his mate. We had to pull all them reeds out. Nobody's done it since. It's the water coming in there. But they don't realise once all that gets bogged up, it then just floods everywhere. But
yeah, Toby, yeah.
Oh, they don't realise that. Yeah, my dad went out in there in a boat. Well, I do believe some Polish, this is some Polish people that was in there fishing and got shooed out. They catch all the carp and that and just eat them. Somebody was on there then. Ducks, that was. That was a duck noise. That shit in there, look, man. They don't realise, the people that fucking the parish office, they've got shit for brains. And they don't really know about the village, and they don't know what this is, but I do. In fact, I've come along here before on a Christmas day. It's literally been flooded right across the road. But yeah, someone needs to get in there. But I bet they won't. It costs too much money. Fucking parish council, man. Can't stand them in there. Can't stand a woman in there. I proper upset her. I upset her. She sent the police around the house. Not that they did a lot. Actually on my side. How things have changed. still raining. I might go and have a cup of tea. See, because that overflow also comes into here, look, you'll see it. See it down there? But I bet them poor people that bought all these houses don't know that. There used to be a garage here. Big garage. See, that all fills up with water. And this is the last bit, they actually put that bit in and thought they'd solved the problem, but they haven't. And no doubt, that's blocked right up, look. But yeah, there used to be a garage there, and behind the garage used to be a lemonade factory years and years ago, and also it used to be where the Hadlow fire engine was. In fact, I've just joined a history group on for my village on Facebook. I bet they don't know half the shit I know. Yeah, the fire engine, because my uncle nicked it.
Yes, Steve, I'll come out then.
My uncle nicked the fire engine and drove it to Gravesend.
He said he weren't gonna.
There you go, people on there now. And I've got a nice photograph outside this church of Hadlow Boxing Club, which my dad and his mates run. And we used to have it in this little church here. I've got a nice picture of us all out the front. When I was about 8 or 9, no, but yeah, about 8 or 9. This is like the Catholic church. Right there it is. Somebody's saying it's wet out here. It is, certainly is.
Well, foggy as well.
I've also got another old photo actually of my granddad and all the war people from World War One and Two.
Oh, he's driving, terrible.
Hello there, how you doing?
Don't think I can compare it to anyone I know. Your pussycat so green. Let's just say don't even stop at roundabouts when there's cars coming.
Torch seems dim. Anyway, I think I'm going to dive in, have a cup of tea, and come back out. And hopefully. There's a geezer at the garage you want to like. Yeah, hopefully it will be clearer then.
Why don't I tell about the speed up when he's driving?
Yeah, it's definitely warming up out here. Soon be spring. In fact, the daffodils are coming up, are up. Bit early. Should really, when I come out again, walk out that way. Then I can fly uphill again. Quite out here tonight. God, so different round here in the 80s. I could still tell you what you'd fucking come across, man, in the 80s, walking through here. Fucking a lot more people out on the street, for a start. No internet. Lots of mad stuff going on. Still, I'm quite glad I grew up that way and not like the modern kind of way of the kiddies nowadays. I don't think these kids nowadays have got, well, I think it prepares you for life a lot better if you sort of brought up out here on the street running about. That's my philosophy on it. Attacked by this hedge tonight. Might even spin a record in about half hour. Play a bit of music for a half hour. Because it's still raining. Or sleet or whatever it is. That'll do me, that little wagon there. Look. Drop it off in the woods, I'll be well at home. Anyway, I'll be back in a bit.